What's up, YouTube? This is Revere Sky. I'm doing random thoughts today. I think it's best that I do random thoughts today. Um, well, I kind of failed my weight challenge thing that I was doing. I think 3 weeks ago I was 211 pounds, and here it is 3 weeks later, and I'm 209 pounds, so that sucks. Um, I wrote down a lot of questions because I truly have to figure out what's going on with me mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I need to figure out what I'm gonna do career-wise. I didn't I didn't know things was this hard to figure out like what do you want to do? Well, I don't want to drive truck. After you figure out you figure out okay, we bleeding the earth, okay? So we ripping up and down the road trying to deliver all this stuff, but truthfully, I don't wanna I don't wanna drive trucks no more. If I do, I wanna do it local. But I don't wanna just drive like you if you only knew what we be taking up and down the road, like it's amazing what we take up and down the road and pollute the earth with. So like I'm kinda taking that off my checklist. I'm really taking it off my checklist. I like to brag and say that I'm an observer. And since I like to brag and say that I'm an observer, which I do think I observe pretty damn well, but I want to be more on a technical. I want to have I want to have some type of structure behind it. I don't want it to just be like just. I want to make it a skill, basically. I was reminiscing about when I was younger and I watched a movie and this lady was healing everybody, and every time she healed somebody, she got weaker. And like it was just something like I had a reflection. Her body like drawled up, and she was bent up. She was really really bent up. She all her muscles had spasmed, and she would get older and older, but she would continue to heal people. And I'm thinking about like trying another country. If anything, I want to try another country. Um, I asked myself, what is my number one goal? Well, hello. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm making a video right now. Okay, some just made a noise. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That's rude. Some people don't want you to cut this type of stuff out for some reason. Well, what is my number one goal? I don't know. All I know is truck driving does not have enough critical thinking, which in a sense I need to get out of my mind, in a sense, like step away from my mind. But I just think that there's a lot more things in life that I could be doing other than ripping and running up and down the road trying to make a specific time, you know? Whatever it is, I want to be a critical thinker, something to do with analyzing, analyst, and I think I'm about to do me a side project. I'm gonna invest in me a nice camera. Yes, I'm gonna start doing photography. My what I like to see, what interests me out of nature, what interests me in civilization, socializing and all that. I'm about to, my camera is about to be like my best friend. Um, I still got to figure out what type of analyst I want to be. When I start doing my photos, I'm gonna incorporate my web design and computer support tech into that. Um, and I think I'm going to start back doing Flash. Flash would be a very good thing. Like, I know the introduction to it, but I think Flash and Java, I'm gonna get more into that. And I know for a fact that I want to travel across seas to do some type of I can't even get the word out what they be doing when they be helping people. When they help people, I want to say donation. What I'm donating my time, donate me, my spirit, pretty much donate myself to the world for a little bit. I want to do that. Hearing about South America kind of threw me off with the nuns and Christian people, whoever they were that kept getting killed. That kind of put that on the back burner for me. I wanted to go drive trucks over in Iraq and stuff, but my brother told me no, don't go. Like who are you to tell me not to go? But if he say don't go, right? So yeah, I already explained about the lady and the muscle spasms, and I keep having reflections about that. So in a sense, maybe I need to learn how to heal and protect myself at the same time. That's a good goal, to heal and protect myself at the same time. And I was thinking about, if I do truck driving, if I do something that deals with truck driving, it'll be working in the office. And I was thinking about doing something more on an apprentice level, because what I'm thinking about doing is learn what I need to learn during my travels, and then come back and incorporate it within my city, because I think my city is struggling really, really bad. So yeah. And I had a question to myself. I don't really know like who watched my videos, but maybe one day somebody will run across this and be able to help me. When you have a miscarriage and the soul has to choose what it wants, and the spirit has to choose what it wants, and it gets the call and stuff. If you have a miscarriage, I'm trying to figure out, does the spirit or the soul or that energy stay around you after the fact? Like, if the baby wasn't born, does it stay around you? Does it try to talk to you? Does it try to communicate with you? I'm having problems with that one. I'm really having problems with that one. It doesn't disturb me. It's just it's real. I don't know. What do I know how to do that's unique to me? Yeah, that's a bad question. Unique to me, besides mastering, dealing with technology and computers and Windows, I really I really don't know what, like like half of the stuff that people master and say unique to them. I just learned how to do the introduction of it. Like me, I like sign language. I like sign language. It's like that's all I'm attracted to being around deaf and dumb people. I don't know if that's an insult calling them deaf and dumb, but that's what I get. I get that from the old people, but sign language is pretty much that's something that I would take my time out to master. Sign language. I take my time out to master that. And issue, my biggest personal issue is I've lost my affectionate side. I've forgot how to be affectionate, but it's not that I've forgotten how to be affectionate. I think there's this shield of, which is actually a good thing, but because I have a lot of distractions in my life, well, this is my biggest issue. It's more on a hyperventilating. Uh, is even thinking about affection is kind of a hyperventilating type thing. If somebody touched me, it feels like my skin crawl, or like my sensories are not going where they're supposed to go. An example: when I was young, like the dog could lick my face and it would tickle my ass, right? Well, like the breasts, they're hooked to the womb. They're hooked to the solar plexus area. And I know this weird. I'm bringing up conversation, but I like this. Is the only thing unique I could talk about is like little things. I don't. Anyway, let me get to the point. So, for instance, if somebody touch you in a certain spot, the sensation travels somewhere else. Okay, well, mines go to my stomach. Like if somebody were to touch my breast or something, the sensation goes to my stomach, but I haven't learned how to cope with this sensation. Like it's weird. It's more like a nauseated, like seasick, like feeling like I don't know how to explain it, but that's my biggest issue. Learning how to be affectionate, and somebody about to knock on my door. And last but not least, let's see, what was I looking for? I love fortune cookies. I don't eat them, but I used to eat them, but now I just crack them open. Any troubles you may have will pass very shortly. That's pretty good, and that's what I'm expecting. Um, the trip I'm supposed to be going on is gonna be like a spiritual journey for me, as well as I want to wing my mother off meat. She's Muslim. We're all like in a sense kind of Muslim. Our names are Muslim, and she used to live on a Muslim farm. And what I'm trying to do is we're gonna travel. We got a big project, but at the same time, her imagination is like 10 times worse than mine. So I can't put all my dice, or I can't bet my whole thing on her. Um, so our destination is California, San Diego, California. And if we're traveling in an RV, yeah, I'm doing slow land travel. I don't think I'll be flying no time soon. But so we're gonna be basically camping I-10 all the way, and truthfully, the way we're gonna do it, it's it's gonna take us about 2 months to get to California. We plan on staying in Arizona, New Mexico, and Houston for a while before we even make it to California. Um, but she said, I asked her about California a couple of times, so she been like, "Who you made promises to?" Nobody. I made promises to myself that I'm gonna hit up the West Coast, because the last time I was West Coast 101, I didn't get a chance to enjoy California. I was in Oregon. I was at the beach. I still have those videos actually. It's amazing how you can upload something and it'll be with you forever. But it's just weird. Like, I think she's on like a little sabotage. It's like she called me every day and say, "Are your bags packed?" And I say, "No." And I say, "Where exactly are we going?" Because she'll flip the script, and I really got plans. I really got plans. Really got things that I want to do, and I really do got plans. My visions. I got to stick to my visions, and so after I hang out in San Diego for a while, I'm gonna see what else I'm gonna do. I have a couple of truck driver friends out there that are local. We're gonna meet up and hang out for a little bit. So after I leave San Diego, I'll be going to Sacramento, California, and the Bay Area. Uh, I'll be going to the Bay Area by what was the name of that? San Francisco. That's where I'll be going. And it was, last but not least, there was just a couple of things that I really wanted to say to myself, because for some reason, I don't know who likes tarot cards, but I like tarot cards. And lock my door. You didn't lock my door. There we go. Okay. Um, on the tarot cards, it's something about this one tarot card that really, it's like, it doesn't matter how many, my card of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, I get this at least 7 times a month. You would think that you would keep getting something new or different, but this one just keeps coming back. I don't know why. And it is the Page of Cups. Sensitive, kind, imaginative, romantic, gentle, new love letters. This card could represent a person you know or will encounter, or some aspect of yourself that is present or to call upon now. The Page of Cups is a youthful, sensitive, imaginative person. His heart is open to love and messages from his higher self. He can be emotionally needy and feel unfulfilled when not romantically involved. He is willing to share his deepest feelings and dearest dreams. This page has a strong desire to express himself creatively, and can feel stifled and unhappy when he doesn't have time for creative play. This card could also represent messages from your dreams or love letters. Well, we know I don't have any love letters, and I don't have any dreams either, because I'm on that China time, you know. Um, I don't go to bed at night. My day starts around about 2 p.m., 3 p.m., and there's nothing really I could do about it, And lately, my energy has been drained a lot lately, and I don't really know what's going on, but I'll figure it out sooner or later. Um, and another one, the rooms. I finally got into the rooms. When I'm into this stuff, when I'm into horoscope, when I'm into tarot cards, when I'm into rooms, the way I picture it is my spirit or a side, the technology side of me goes and rewrite my horoscopes and rewrite whatever I want to keep up with. It rewrites it, and it basically it's a way of expressing and relaying messages to me. And the horoscopes are like spot on, but the room, this rune of the day, it's the X. It's the X. So the rune of the day is exchange, gift, generosity, agreement. Gabo or Jibbo asks you to reflect on the principle of exchange. Think about the gifts you received from your family. Truth, I've received a lot. And your friends from the earth and in your studies and work. Truthfully, I think my studies have just begun. And hopefully, I'll finally figure out exactly what I want to do, because right about now, I'm actually thinking about just having the clothes on my back and be a hippie. And what have you given back, whether you give tangible gifts, service, or sincere gratitude? The practice of balanced exchange benefits you and all those around you. Today, consider where there might be imbalanced exchange in your life and seek equilibrium. Well, I'm more of a giver, not a taker. I take from my parent, of course, but that's about it. I really don't ask my grandmother for too much. The interpretation of Gabo refers to a gift in all its senses, a skill or ability, generosity, sacrifice for others. In this sense, the rune refers to striking a balance between receiving and giving. It is also associated with equality and partnership and love. And I think that's a good sign, like whether my spirit want me to feel that way or not, whether I get messages or not, I just think that's a real positive room. My friend over there listening to me, yay. And it was something else I wanted to talk about. I actually think that the thoughts of people, like, they do reflect and manifest on people. And I think a lot of people thoughts in my community, not in a bad sense, but just the people I be around and stuff. I just think that, when you're trying to bend the spoon and everybody thinking in their head, no, she can't do it, she can't do it. Well, I think that they're actually putting this force back on me in a sense, but I just been extra, extra strong about it. And I really don't know what else to talk about, but until I find something unique that I'm good at besides fishing, because I'm trying not to eat no meat no more, so that's just out the window. I love lizards, I love animals, I love insects, and I don't believe in really having animals because we can't take care of them. They can't take care of themselves in the sense you let them just stay wild. But yeah, I think that's enough for now. Me just updating myself. I guess this is my little diary, huh? Peace out, Revere Sky.